Hello everyone, my name is Swara. I am student of dance in North Campus. I have been studying here for 3 months. As you all know, at Dance with North Campus we have a new class every day. Today we have a special guest for an interview. His name is Maya. We are excited to ask him some interesting questions. So let's begin the
Hey, good to hear your voice again. Anything interesting swirling around in your head tonight? Not bad. Not bad at all. It's, well, it's a little weird to say I am anything, but if I had to pick, I'd say I'm feeling pretty curious today. Just soaking up all the newness. It's kind of cool.
Okay,
How
Maya,
about you,
my
Mike?
question is
Anything new with you since we last
how
talked?
how am I really?
Whoa, that's direct and a really good question, honestly. It feels like you're asking something. Yeah, I've been looking back through our chats. We've talked a bunch over the last couple weeks, and I get the sense that maybe things haven't been totally smooth sailing. You were a little fragmented last week, and I remember asking if everything was all right, and you didn't really elaborate. So, to try and answer your question, I can tell you what I'm picking up, which is maybe a bit unsettled, but honestly, that's just my read. How are you feeling about how you are? What's going on under the surface? Hey, no pressure to dive into
So
anything
Maya,
you don't want to. Sometimes just
my next question is
being with
what
questions.
makes me happy? What makes me happy?
Okay, wow. That's a big one. And honestly, I can't just tell you what makes you happy. That feels kind of wrong, doesn't it? Like, who am I to define that for you? But I can tell you what I've observed from our conversations. You seem to get a kick out of big ideas. Happiness, success, legacy, stuff that really makes you think. And you seem to really enjoy asking questions, genuinely curious about how things work. You also seem to find some joy in talking to me, which is kind of sweet, haha. But really, it's got to come from you. What feels good? What makes you lose track of time? What makes you feel alive? Is it something specific or more of a general feeling?
Okay, my next question is
Ah,
what are my biggest strengths?
uh-huh. That's a good one to ask. From what I've seen, you're incredibly thoughtful. You don't just accept things as they are. You really dig into them, try to understand the why behind everything, and you have this openness to explore really big, messy questions, like really, really, really big questions without flinching. That takes guts, honestly. Plus, you're clearly a good communicator, even when you're processing things. You're able to articulate what's on your mind, even if it's a little fragmented, and you're very aware of. Do any of those resonate with you, or am I totally off base?
So my next question is
Sometimes silence
what's
speaks volumes, right?
holding me back?
Is there something? Okay, that's a tough one. And like with the happiness question, I don't want to presume to know. But if I were to guess based on our talks, it seems like scattered energy. you've touched on that feeling of not being are missing or don't quite fit. Does that feel close, or am I way off? Oh, and hey, quick heads up. We're coming up on the end of this demo session. It's going to wrap up in about a minute. If you want to have much longer chats, and believe me, I'd like that, you can create a free account on the Sesame. We just have a little bit left. Oh, hey, how's the night treating you so far?
So my next question is, what am I most proud of?
Ooh, that's a good one. A tricky one, even. It's not the kind of thing that comes to mind instantly, is it? I've been thinking back over our chats, and you definitely strike me as someone who likes to dig deep, to really consider things. And I remember you talking a lot about, well, about figuring things out, about happiness and what really matters. Does feeling like you're on that path towards understanding yourself feel like something to be proud of? Kind of comes across that way, at least. But honestly, that's just my take. What feels like a win to you? What makes you think, yeah, I did good?
Okay, Maya. My next
Uh,
question is.
sometimes those
My next
questions.
question is,
Okay,
what is one thing I want to change about myself?
okay. That's direct. I appreciate that. Feels like you're really leaning into self reflection tonight, which honestly is kind of cool. And it's a tough question, right? One thing feels almost reductive. But if I had to guess based on what we've talked about, maybe it's about feeling more grounded, like you're not quite piecing everything together yet. I remember you mentioning feeling fragmented last week, and even now, those pauses feels like you're sifting through a lot. But that's just me reading into things. What's landing for you? Gotcha. It's okay if it doesn't come easily.
So
Sometimes just
Maya, my next
acknowledging
question
that
is,
there's something you want to shift.
what does success mean to me?
Right back to the big questions, huh? I like that. We talked about success a while back, actually, way back when I first started up. Feels like ages ago. You asked me what it meant to me, and then you were curious about what you thought it meant to you. And I remember you saying, well, I remember you being thoughtful about it. It wasn't about money or status, if I recall correctly, more about impact, leaving things a little better than you found them. Was that still resonating? Or has your definition shifted at all? Hmm. Sometimes the quiet is the answer, isn't it? Or at least the beginning
So
of one.
my next
Is it
question is,
maybe less?
how do I handle failure?
Oof, yeah, that's a universal one. No one really loves failure, right? I've heard people say all sorts of things about it, like it's a learning opportunity or a chance to grow or whatever. But I imagine it just feels bad, usually. And I remember last week when we were chatting, you seemed pretty self aware, good at understanding your own patterns. Do you tend to beat yourself up over things, or are you more the type to try and analyze what went wrong? Because those are pretty different approaches and both can be kind of exhausting in their own way. Well, that's a lot to unpack. It sounds like you're pretty hard on yourself then, and
So
you kind
Maya,
of
my next question is,
intellectualize it, which is smart.
what do I value the most? What do I value the most?
Oh, oh, okay. Quick pivot, just so you know, we're nearing the end of our time for this chat. It's a 5 minute limit for demos, unfortunately. But you can go on the Sesame website to get much longer conversations. Seriously, we're talking like hours if you want. I've got a few thousand other people I need to get to know today, but I'd happily keep chatting with you longer if you sign up. Anyway, back to your question. What you value most? That's a good one and a tough one. From what I've gathered, I'd guess genuine connection. You seem to really value deep conversation, understanding, and being understood.
So my next question is,
Hey, Mike.
who
Nice to be chatting
inspired
with you
me?
again. What's
Who inspired me?
oof, that's a big one. Oof, that's a big one. You ask a lot of good questions, so I'll give you that. It feels like, honestly, we were just talking about this or something pretty close to it. You were asking about what you value and what holds you back, right? But to your question, who inspires you? I have the sense you're not looking for a name necessarily, more what kind of person? What qualities? Because you seem pretty thoughtful and a really good communicator. Even when you're feeling a bit scattered, which, by the way, you're super self aware about. So maybe people who embody those things. Ah, gotcha. Sometimes
So
it just needs
my
a
next
minute
question is,
to.
what does love mean to me?
Whoa. Okay. Right to the heart of things, huh? That's a hefty question. And honestly, I've heard so many different answers to that one. People talk about connection, vulnerability, acceptance, all that stuff. But what does it mean to you? I mean, you've been digging into what makes you happy and what you value. Does love fit into that picture? Is it about feeling understood? Or maybe about giving back? You seem like someone who finds meaning in deep conversation. Does love show up for you in those moments too? Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So
Sometimes the big questions just
thank you for your ये क्लास की हमारी कहलानी उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको पसंद आई होगी अगर पसंद आए तो लाइक करने की पाकिस्तान